Hello, and oh no, where is he? Oh, this is not a planned little skit. I know what's happened. Matt Kendrick, for those who are listening only, has disconnected his webcam. Well in, everybody. This is the post-match show, and we are live. This proves it all. After Aston Villa won 1-0 against Wolves at Villa Park. I'll let you sort yourself out, Matt. Oh, what is this? Unbelievable scenes. You might want to leave and come back and try and work things out your end. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No, okay. All right, I'll read some comments instead. UTV, you bald beauty, says Tombo Jones. I presume that's to one of us, Mr. No Show at the moment. I don't really know how to start this. I mean, yeah, Jake, I thought you were doing this on your own. Imagine that. How terrible would this show be if I was doing it on my own? I don't want to say too much because I want to kind of wait to get Kendrick's thoughts and bounce off of him. So I'll read some comments to begin with, shall we? Probably not the best start to a podcast yet. Here we are. David Purier says, not pretty, but job done. Keepy Duran, pronunciations are terrible, my apologies. Definitely a game we wouldn't have won in previous seasons. Is he back? Here he is. Did you pull out your webcam? Did you?
I didn't pull it out, no.
But the old weird connection thing.
Just fate conspired against me. Bloody thing.
You well?
Hello.
You well? You good?
I am, mate. Yeah. I was going to start singing like Dingle Bells as well to kick it off, but that's gone now, isn't it? Wasn't the Wi-Fi though.
Good.
It was just a connection issue. So I'm here. What you been saying?
Just reading some of the comments from Tombo. Says you call him Kendrick. I do actually. I don't know why. I'm also often, maybe less so to your face. I don't think I'll call you Kendrick in person, but if I was talking about you, which I often do, I call him Kendrick. Yeah.
Yeah, just call me Sir or Lamar. I'm not having.
Hey, tell you what. Talking of promotions, pronunciations, you say Lamar. What about Lamar Bogarde when he came on? I've never heard it pronounced like that. Is that the right way?
I mean, how poncy is that? Bogarde. What's he doing? I presume he's checked. I'm presuming he's checked with the family before he's saying that. But he did have an unnecessary flourish at the end of it, didn't he?
Yeah, I've only ever heard it called Bogard, but you would assume the stadium announced at Villa Park would maybe know more so than everybody else. But anyway, let's get into it then and talk about the game. I didn't share any of my thoughts. So I want to bounce off you. I don't want to just talk by myself. A great result. A terrible game. Is that fair? Do you think?
It was a fair
terrible. Maybe it's a bit harsh, but wasn't swashbuckling, was it?
Got the job done. It was hard going. The Kendrick family on the way back when we were discussing it, it just needed doing, didn't it?
Get in, win, and go home.
Yeah, Wolves are never straightforward for us. And they weren't going to come and show much ambition. Although to be fair, they did threaten us probably more than we threatened them in the first half. But I mean, we might as well just change our name to Worldy FC, hadn't we?
Score outside the box FC.
We only score bangers, don't we? Like, do you remember Gary Goals?
Yeah.
I think he only scored bangers, did he?
Is that Gary Xylophone's cousin?
I think it was, yeah. Now we score worldies and long may it continue. I was just thinking, the minute it hit the net, I thought, the next time we play Wolves, which might be in 25 years, that's going to be in the montage. That's going to be
the other game this season as well, don't forget.
Oh, yeah, there is that one, yeah. But the next time we play them at Villa Park and you do the pre-match montage of goals, he probably rivaled the Robbie Keane double that he scored at Molineux a couple of seasons ago, ages ago,
a decade at least, yeah.
But yeah, we're scoring some spectacular ones at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And the stats nerds will tell you that Villa's kind of their XG and their chance creation and it's unsustainable. And to a point, I think there is probably something in that. The underlying numbers often don't lie. However, something that you can maybe counter that as a proper, you and me, we're proper football men, aren't we? We don't do this stats nonsense. Whilst that might not be
So Villa Stato has put his hand up there.
Yeah, I'm a stat nerd.
I was going to say, is that a collective noun for Villa Stato and John Townley? You nerd.
But the thing is, there is some truth in that, and I'm sure Stato will tell us, we're not going to be able to score from outside the box every game. We're not going to rely on a Matty Cash goal from the edge of the area, an Emi Buendia ankle ball goal, as Sam Matterface was calling it on commentary the other night, which I took great disdain to. It's a knuckle ball, isn't it? Is the common term for those free kicks.
Ankle ball.
Called it ankle ball multiple times, which I really didn't like. I forgot to mention it the other night, but got that out there now. you're not going to be able to do that all the time. However, winning is something that you can do all the time. That is a habit you can get into. So it might not be a sustainable way to win the game, and you might be relying on a moment of magic here and there. Okay, that's fine. I take that point. Your striker should be your source of goals. That's what they're there for. As you know, we've already mentioned Gary goals. You're there to score the goals. That's literally the point. And if they're not, the team has to band together, and the goals have to come from somewhere. And that is happening at the moment. So I get that feels unsustainable, but winning breeds winning. It's a confidence thing, isn't it? Particularly at Villa Park. I mean, we feel this as fans as well, and I'm sure the players must do so too. Well, we win here. It might be a crap game. It might be a terrible game. You might not quite have your mojo, but I think in the back of your head, you'd still be thinking, we're at home though. We're pretty good at home, so I think we'll be okay. And that is what comes from winning, isn't it? The confidence of knowing you can do it, whether you're in a good patch or not. And kind of getting on my high horse here, when we talk about like not getting the credit from the bigger media and all that kind of stuff that other clubs might do. It's that, it's not sustainable, this won't last forever, blah, 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 blah. But Villa winning breeds winning. So why is that a problem? Do you know what I mean? What is the point I'm trying to make here? I'll get there in a second. You flummoxed me by not being on the live stream.
Well, just go again. Do you just want to talk amongst yourself?
I'm going to say, it's so annoying that I've forgotten. Yes. Another club would be like, sign of a good side. They don't play well, but they still win games. When it's Villa, though, it's, but it's not sustainable, is it, this? This won't last forever. Why not? It's a sign of a good side now to win when you're not playing well.
Listen, I think when the bangers dry up, I think we'll find another way of scoring goals. It's funny you say about Fortress Villa Park. I'm going to go the scenic route here, but I'll get to the point. I can't believe we're saying this. When I grew up in Rowder Regis, there is a famous or infamous road named Bell End. Okay?
Yep.
You got me?
Yeah.
Now,
is that street name or was that an insult to me there?
No. Listen, stay with me. There's a road called Bell End. Now, on a completely unrelated matter, the bloke who was sitting behind me today, honestly, I was injecting paracetamol in my ears because he just didn't shut up. We've won how many games? How many ticks in Villa Stato's nice graph on social a couple of weeks ago? How many ticks were there next to our games at home? I think there might have been a couple of handshakes for draws, and there was a Red Cross for when Palace beat us or whatever. We are pretty good at home. So even after 45 minutes, if we haven't broken down walls or we haven't really clicked and we haven't got going, just chill out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you can't get frustrated about a performance, but this fella behind me, come on, Villa! What are you doing, Villa?
Get it forward! Get it forward!
What are you doing? Yeah. Honestly, it was relentless. And I was.
Can I just say very quickly, this is either one of our best or worst ever podcasts.
What are you doing, Claret and Blue? Come on! Anyway, it was just relentless, and I came so close to turning around and giving him a polite piece of my mind, like, come on, mate, shut up. But honestly, I'll shut up about this bloke in a minute. But he was that bad that he had to reassess his own commentary at some stage. He was always thinking, "Oh, Cash, what are you doing there, Cash? Oh, actually, I'll take it back. You've surprised me there." And McGinn, he's never going to give a foul. He's never going to give a foul for you going down like that. Oh, he's given a foul. I'm like, mate, you don't need to preempt. I mean, what's that new thing that was on the North London derby last week? The box.
Yeah.
Oh, just lock this bloke in a box next time and broadcast him to the rest of the world because I don't want to hear him. Where was I going with that?
Don't know. It was just something like a street sign in Rowder Regis, was it?
Yeah, it's just a road called Bell End. I mean, it's nothing to do with what I was saying, but draw your own conclusions.
IFC Stato says Aston Villa have lost just one of their last 31 games at home in all competitions. 23 tick emojis. It's 8 in a row now in all competitions, which is a fantastic record. Obviously, Arsenal this next Saturday. It'd be great to win that, wouldn't it? For multiple reasons, to keep that run going and to close down a title charge at Christmas. We'll get to that when we do.
At the moment, Arsenal. What's the score?
Oh, good question. Let's have a quick look, shall we? How quick is my internet? Pretty quick. It is 1-1, and Chelsea have had a red card, 80 minutes. good result for us to draw. I think there.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, I didn't. It's strange that you're saying it in terms of thinking about the title race, but I did think a draw. I mean, listen, there's 10 minutes left or whatever, and Chelsea have got 10 men, but I did think I'm getting carried away now. We get a result at Brighton, and then lo and behold, we beat Arsenal next week, and we probably are in. There's a lot of ifs there, or not a lot of ifs, but a couple of ifs, but they're big ifs. But who knows, Dan? Who knows? Come on, Villa!
The excitement of the
Premier League title.
Oh, they haven't won the league. Let's talk about the game a little bit then. We've got a harsh cut-off at 6:30 today, so we're going to try and get through as much as we can in that time. Let's start with maybe not an obvious place to start. Emi Martinez, who has absolutely kept us in that game on multiple occasions. They had the early-ish scare of the offside goal, which does create that feeling of, we've got away with one there. But as we've spoken about before, it's offside, so technically none of that period should have allowed to go forward anyway. So you haven't got away with one. It should never have happened, right? So scratch that. But Martinez has made a couple of saves throughout that game. I've not seen any of it back yet. One of them looks like a double save in real time. Did it bounce off him or bounce off the post back onto him or something like that?
I think he's. I've only seen one angle of it, but he's palmed it onto the bar. It's a brilliant save. And then as it's coming down, I don't know where the ball's going to go, whether the ball's going to go in the net, but he's just landed on the floor and he sticks his arm out to just divert it away from danger. He's brilliant. Without giving my mate too much airtime, big rendition of the world's number one when he's pulled off that save, another save. Well, he shouldn't need to, should he? He shouldn't need to. The bottom of the league. I'm like, oh, come on, mate. Give it a bloody rest. I will give it a rest now. He was class. Do you want to do your do Nord man of the match? Because I've got 3.
Oh, have you? Okay, well, you just take over then. You run the show if you want. It's everybody's favourite section. It's time for the Man of the Match award, and we're going to pick our top 3 in order. And if there wasn't 3 good players, it's a bit of tough isn't it? Well, you've already got your 3 players, Kendrick, so fire them at me.
Yeah, spoiler alert, I've already stuck this on Facebook. So if anybody's seen it, not my personal Facebook. If anybody's been snooping around for my holiday photos to see me in a bikini, not that on my professional Facebook. 3 players, no particular order. Emi Martinez, because you mentioned him. I think he pulled off a couple of brilliant saves. Yeah. John McGinn, because he was John McGinn, like whirling dervish. He was brilliant. He was everywhere. And let's give it the Boomeister. I thought he played well, and he's obviously crowned it with a banger. Those would be my 3. Any objection?
No, completely agree with all 3. Martinez and Kamara are the obvious 2, and then it's probably up for debate for the others. It felt a little bit like one of those games, and this probably speaks to the fact that it wasn't a great game. Wolves have probably had the better chances. And we've spoken about stats before. I don't know whether this is true or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if Wolves' XG was better than Villa's because of the good saves that Martinez has pulled off. They felt like big chances that have gone missing. Villa had a lot of territory or dominance or possession or whatever of like, we're in control here, but didn't really threaten, I don't think. And it felt a bit like one of those games that if we do win, and we have won, there'll be somebody who was the match winner and they'll be the man of the match. And then everyone else is a 6.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Like everyone's okay. No one's really standing out as a standout for an option. Tombo says they had worse XG, which is whatever. Who cares? But yeah, do you know what I mean? It felt like everybody was like, we're okay here. So no one's really the obvious standout. I thought Martinez was our best contributor to getting towards the points for saving us in the first half. And obviously Kamara scored the goal, so that'd be the 2. The third one, whatever. Yeah,
just laughing at stats nerds again. You kind of dissing the modern generation of football enthusiasts with your horrible, nasty, slanderous remarks about nerds. Anyway, enough of the XG geeks. What we're saying, Martinez. I thought it was class. There was somebody on Twitter the other day. I don't know the fella, Steph on Twitter. He's got a big following. Quite like the cut of his jib normally. He put something he still can't be at peace with Martinez from the
I saw that,
batting his eyelids and and I'm like, it goes back to our thing the other day, didn't it? Our hate list. It's better to have loved than to have lost, and we have not lost him yet, so let's keep loving him.
Yeah, I know. I do understand that kind of sour taste in the mouth, though. But what we said in the summer of how does he fix that? It's playing well and helping Villa win matches, and that's exactly what he's done today. So more of that, and he will get praise. If he throws one in against Arsenal next week, it'll be easy not to go, oh yeah, but he's still a brilliant keeper. You know, he has won us points. It's straight back to he's the villain again, and not the good way of spelling villain, the bad, nasty movie antagonist villain. And that's not where we want to go to. It should be a more level kind of approach towards it. But yeah, he's absolutely helped us win that game today. McGinn Tifo says Jay Steelser in the comments. There's a lot of kind of hate towards these club funded and club organised tifos, but when they look nice, I don't mind it. I'm all for it.
I was a big fan of it. I thought it looked pretty spectacular, and he deserves it.
I was a little bit. I know he's the captain, so he has to go through all the formalities of shaking the ref's hands and taking the pictures and stuff. But it was down before you got to run over towards the whole end and like clap it. It was a bit like, oh, leave it up for another few minutes, another few seconds.
The good thing about McGinn pre-match is he takes his captain's responsibilities quite seriously, and he's always playing lovely little triangles with a few toddlers.
Yeah, I assume that was family members today.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
I just thought because it was a special occasion. There was like 3 or 4 of them. That's not normal, is it?
I didn't see how they were protecting the ball, mate. So I'm not. I couldn't. I couldn't vouch whether they're family members or not. But yeah, no, he deserved it. I thought it looked really good. I think I tweeted something about you wouldn't want to be the other side of it behind that rather massive backside. Wouldn't be able to see. But no, I thought it was a nice gesture, and I do think he's got so much energy, hasn't he? But there's some days where you think actually, I think it was just a moment. Would he have been second half? I don't think we'd have been running down the clock exactly, but he's bodied somebody on the edge of our box, and then he's run. Ran 80 yards with it, and he's won a corner, I think. And that's trademark classic McGinn, isn't it? That, and I thought we saw a lot of that today in terms of using his physicality, but also using his energy. But yeah, love him to bits. Only I could be like him, Dan. That's the thing. Do I ask Santa?
Do I press play on the advert?
Stick it on at the end again.
Stick it on at the end again. Okay, all right. Yeah. We're running out of time, aren't we? Let's talk about the goal. It was a really nice finish. I know we spoke about at the start about the kind of long range goals and bangers. I think on the radio they said it was either 9 or 10 goals that Villa have scored this season that have been from outside the area, which is people say it's unsustainable, but we've done it 10 times, so it sounds like we can sustain it. Just a really nice finish. My dad said to me in the stadium that when people say things like some efforts look better in off the bar, my dad prefers ones like that where they go almost into the roof of the net. They're kind of that high. But I do love a crossbar and in, maybe more so for the sound as much as anything. But a cracking finish, and exactly as we've said before, what you need from players who don't necessarily, Boubacar Kamara is not known for scoring goals, although he scored a couple in his time at Villa. When your strikers or your forwards aren't scoring or aren't contributing, that talk about Watkins as much as you like, but obviously Marlon's not scored today. The supporting cast around him of Sancho or Gesson, Elliott never plays. They're not contributing either. So someone else does need to step up, and that's a good thing. But when it's a player who you don't associate with scoring goals, scoring a goal of that quality, it kind of makes you sit back and go like, oh yeah, these footballers are quite good, aren't they? That they can just pull something like that out of nowhere.
I don't really mind who scores the goals, Dan. Since I'm not much of a gambling man, and since my younger days,
no FPL either.
Say it again.
No fantasy Premier League either.
No. It feels like a chore. But I used to put a quid on Dean Saunders or Daly and scoring the first goal, but that you had to fill it in with a pencil and a betting slip in a little William Hill booth at Villa Park back then. William Hill or somebody else. Other bookmakers are available when the fun stops. We better go then.
Everyone else listening has, yeah.
I don't mind who scores. So yeah, if you can share those goals around. When was the last time Kamara scored? It's not as long as the previous time.
No, he scored against Tottenham
this season
at the end of last season.
Right, okay.
And that was I think, and Stato, if he's still watching, when we started at the end of started at the end, started this season, and we hadn't scored. It was we haven't scored for 200 days, and obviously you include the summer in that, since Kamara scored against Spurs. I'm pretty sure that's true. 200 days might be too many, but you get the point. So, yeah, not that long of a wait, but for a goal of that quality, worthy of winning any game, right?
It was definitely worthy of winning that one. I don't know how we'd have scored otherwise, to be honest. We weren't creating a lot. I thought we'd win it. I wasn't really concerned that we wouldn't find a goal. I didn't think it'd be a beauty like that. I thought it'd be a beauty from somewhere else outside the box.
From somebody else.
Yeah. But do you want to talk about the ref?
Yeah, I mean, we don't often do this as much as we used to, because I know people don't like ref chat, but I thought, I don't know who he was, absolutely abysmal. One of the worst we've seen this season.
Chris Kavanagh, his name was. You won't get this joke now, but older people might. They won't laugh at it, but they might get it. Kavanagh.
You can't. No. You cannot tee up a joke and then giggle yourself out of telling it.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's crap. Okay. Kavanagh, I think he had too much QC.
No. I mean, John Talbot.
There used to be a program. Kavanagh QC. Yeah. Now, John Thor, I think, used to play Kavanagh QC. It was like this kind of, I don't know, Old Bailey style legal drama thing. And QC, Dan, is a type of sherry. Okay. So I think he'd had too much QC. You get when the fun stops.
Did he play for QPR and Tottenham in the 80s or something, like Clive Allen?
That's Clive Allen.
I've never heard of.
That's Clive Allen, who also played for Birmingham Bullets basketball. But that's a different Clive Allen. The referee.
Isn't QC a shopping channel or something?
Say that again.
Isn't QC a shopping channel or something?
That's QVC, Daniel.
QVC, yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Near enough.
Anyway, you realise within 2 minutes when I think Henry Wendia was tackled by the ref, he just got in the way and didn't stop play. You thought, okay, then we got one of these, have we? And he was just so, what word have we used before? Panickety?
Yeah.
Bad?
Yeah, just awful. Really like anti-football almost, really stop-start. Seemed to, and I don't know whether any Wolves fans have got this far. I mean, fair play if they have, but it felt like Wolves got everything. Like anything that was a 50-50 or there was some kind of contact. If Villa were on the, a Villa player went down, nothing seemed to happen. If the Wolves player went down, it was, the whistle couldn't have gone in his mouth any quicker. That was bizarre. The VAR thing we'll get to separately, but just throughout the whole game, it allows the opposition that when they want to do what they were doing, which is break the game up, make it stodgy, make it difficult. I actually think, and somebody raised this in our fan zone show in the preview for Wolves, they've been watching Wolves and they're not actually that bad, but when they go a goal down, they kind of crumble a little bit. And I thought when we score, we'll go on to score a couple, and that didn't happen. But even so, Wolves had chances and probably should have scored. And if not from Emi Martinez, that maybe is a 1-1, or in previous years, this is the game that we actually lose and we go, oh, what a waste opportunity. And we haven't. And that's great to have kind of got past that. But Wolves are going to want to come here and be organised. They might get a half chance here and there. And let's break the game up. Let's make it frustrating for the home fans. Let's make it frustrating for the team. And that's what they want to do. And that's absolutely fine. They're allowed to play in whichever way they see fit. But when the referee lets things go in the first few minutes that probably should be either definite fouls and probably bookings, a couple of them, that the first yellow card doesn't come out for however long, that feels like, well, the ref's allowed them to play in this way. He's allowed it to be bitty, and that's a really frustrating watch as a fan. And must be really frustrating to play in as well when the Villa players are better than that game.
Yeah, listen, I'm sure there won't be a great deal of sympathy from Villa fans towards Wolves, but I do feel a little bit sorry for them at the moment. And I think they can. Say again?
In what sense?
Just in the sense of what's happened to their football club. I think, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago, there'd have been Chinese ownership of Villa, Blues, West Brom, and Wolves. It was seen as the in vogue thing, and then all of those owners lost interest.
Wolves probably had the best period of those clubs in that time as well.
Yeah. And they lost interest, and now they're paying the price for it. And we've seen it. We've seen it with Villa when interest is lost from above. It's hard to get the funding that you need, and it's hard to get the motivation that you need. So I feel for them, and I think that they probably came and played as well as they can play today at Villa. So I don't really blame them for the spoiling tactics. I don't really blame them for probably not showing much adventure too often. But if they are going to come and kick us around, and then they are going to, try and play the game that way, the referee's got to have a very clear idea of what's within the laws of the game and apply it fairly for both sides. And I just thought he was rubbish. I just thought he was, the thing, isn't there, that the best refs are ones that you don't really notice because the game flows. You are going to notice refs during derby games because there are going to be a few kind of hefty challenges going and stuff like that. But I just thought he was really poor. And I think listen, Villa 4th or 3rd in the league now, whatever, versus bottom of the league.
3rd now. Chelsea, Arsenal 1-1 finished.
Oh, good stuff. We should be able to kind of roll over Wolves, but it doesn't always come that naturally. So I'm not blaming the referee for the fact that Villa struggled to get going.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it necessarily helped.
Yeah, like I said, I've got nothing against Wolves doing what they're doing. They've got 2 points. We've earned more points today than they have all season. We're on 24 points now. I'm not sure they'll get to 24 all season. They're absolutely doomed for relegation. I think most people would go along with that. So they've got to scrap for literally everything they can get. So I get it, but the referee should have a better grip on it. The VAR thing, have you ever seen that in any Premier League game? I've definitely not seen it in a game Villa are involved with, to stop the play for potential serious foul play and a red card recommendation, and then for the voice announcement to come over and be like, "Oh yeah, yellow card and a free kick." I was like, I don't know what the rules are here. I don't know what's going on.
Stockley Parker clearly thinking that's a red card.
Yeah.
So otherwise, why intervene? You wouldn't intervene with any other kind of yellow card or bookable offence. So they're almost having a little row amongst themselves, aren't they?
So the VAR have said, "We think this is a red. You need to go and review it," and he's gone and watched it and gone, "No, it isn't." So then they say, "Well, we've probably got to give a yellow then." Like, we can't give nothing. But that's mad though, isn't it? Because they've always said VAR doesn't get involved with yellow cards. VAR is given a free kick and a yellow card there, basically, because the player developed past that. Like, it's almost like you either give the red card or you just carry on as you were. To stop and go, actually, you give Villa a free kick and a yellow card. That's just so bizarre.
It's probably made me getting carried away here, but at what stage do you think we don't need on-field referees anymore?
Well, yeah.
We don't need them. It can all be done. It can all be done by video. Every single game in the Premier League is going to be televised somewhere. Broadcast around the world anyway. So they're going to have camera angles everywhere. Listen, VAR's with every Premier League game already anyway. So if you're not going to, if you're going to intervene like that, when it's not your place to do so, then I don't see the point of the on-field ref. Although while we're on about him again, that one with McGinn, what I felt the problem with him today, the referee, was he gave decisions based on the players' reactions to them rather than the actual offence.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you might think it's good refereeing that he gave himself 10 or 15 seconds to make his decision. But to me, there were times where he wasn't going to give a decision, but somebody rolling around or somebody causing a fuss influenced him to make that decision. And the McGinn one, and then he then gives a drop ball that's about 15, 20 yards in a worse position than where the so-called, well, I don't think it was an offence, but where the incident happened, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I've seen a still of the red card incident, and it does look two-footed. It probably should have been a red, and I can see why VAR have said, hang on a minute, that should probably be a red. So I just don't get how the rest of it unfolded. But ultimately, it's happened in a game where Villa have won 1-0, and that's fine. Everyone's happy, no one really cares. It's not cost us in any way, so it doesn't matter. It was just weird. There's one moment when it kind of bubbled up into this feels a bit like a derby in the first half. I can't remember what the sequence of events was, but it all got a little bit feisty and rowdy, and the crowd really got up. You'll know what I'm talking about. And it was like, this feels a little bit proper. This might kind of threaten to kick the game into gear, and it didn't really. But it was a nice experience for I don't know, 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, it quickly settled down into a bit of a bore fest again, didn't it?
Yeah. A weird afternoon.
It was weird. I thought. I'm not saying this because I've got some Wolves mates, but I thought their fans were okay. To be honest, considering they've not had much to shout about. Obviously, they gave it the old Villa,
I hate that so much, which is the point, but it's so horrible.
And we give it back the old beepy wanderers. So it's it's fair.
They know their place in what's going on, don't they? They probably know they're going down, so everything's got to be, enjoy it while you can, make the most of the small wins. If that's celebrating a tackle or giving some fans stick or making light of a bad situation, then yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I thought that was. I think it probably is a little bit of kind of gallows humour, and like you said, not having a great deal to shout about. I did find it amusing when they were giving like our fans in the North Stand loads, even for about 30 seconds after that the Linos flag had gone up. They hadn't realised. They were too busy looking at giving grief to the.
I was going to mention that.
They didn't notice the flag. Obviously, it still had to get to VAR. But
going back to the episode we did about the hates, and one of mine was the embarrassment of I've just celebrated an offside goal. I went mental then 30 seconds ago. What a tit I am. I could see people even from where I was they're still going to the North Stand, like they're still celebrating. You haven't even looked. You're going to feel like a right idiot in a minute. Yeah, excellent. Right, I think we're done. The kind of closing summary for me would be Villa have won a game when not particularly playing well, and that's a sign of a good team. The Villa kind of engine, certainly at home, rolls along to another game. They show up, they win, they get out of there, no fuss. And if we can do that away at Brighton, at home to Arsenal, Man United, West Ham, Arsenal again in a few weeks' time, this could be a bit of a make or break month for Villa and what their aspirations are this season. So, yeah, happy days all round.
Yeah, I've got a number to finish with. It's not a musical number.
A number?
I think I've got this right. 42139.
42139. Sounds like a formation, but there's far too many numbers there. The attendance. Why did they read that out? They've not done that for about 5 years, have they?
I've no idea.
Yeah, that was weird.
Is it just to tell Wolves? We got quite a big ground.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, because I remember speaking at one point about why did they stop doing it, and the reaction to it was always, "Well done, everyone. Well done for showing." I've always thought that was weird to clap the number, and that didn't happen today either. It's almost like I felt everyone else was going, "They just read the attendance out then. What did that for?" Yeah,
it did always used to get a good clap, didn't it? So if we'd play crap when we were losing matches at home, at least the attendance would get a round of applause.
Maybe that's why they did it back then. Yeah, to spark us into life a bit.
Just a quick shout out before I go. I stopped in the lift today. So all right, I was in the lift. Don't like the stairs.
No shame.
Trevor Walker. He said, pointed at me. He didn't walk. Trevor Elevator,
amazing,
friend of Gary Xylophone, pointed at me and said, "Are you the blog man?" And I thought,
you just said, "Yeah, near enough."
So I took a guess. And I said, "Podcast."
You sure it wasn't Blob Man?
I'm in the bog man. You're the bog man. I need to fix me you, Ben. Anyway, Trevor Walker said, "Am I the blog man?" I said, "No, I'm not the blog man. I'm the podcast man." And he said, "Oh, I like the podcast." I said, "Well, good."
Floor 3, please.
That was it, basically. Anyway, we continued our conversation. He's 77 years old, so he's a bit on the younger side of our demographic. And he's been watching Villa for 68 years. And I said to him, "You look well for 77." And he said, "Yeah, especially watching this lot for 68 years." Oh, how we laughed. And then we went on our way.
Lovely stuff. What a nice story to end. Very, very good. Right, we'll call it a day there. Thank you very much, Mat Kendrick, for joining me on this one. I'll let you go and play five-a-side, is it? Is that where you're shooting off to?
It is. I'm going to play five. Are you going to play the advert or not?
Oh, well, I'll do it in a second, yeah. I'm just going to tee up
I'm going to go and play five-a-side to hone my skills. Yeah, so I've got to get going. I've got to put me shorts on for all the ladies who are watching.
Do it now. Tell you what, I will put on a garment very, very quickly. For those watching, you'll see what I'm about to do. For those listening, I'll verbalise it in a second. Oh, backwards. Hold on a minute. Oh, there we go. I've got my Christmas hat on because we're filming our Christmas special this week, and I'm very excited. Are you?
I am very excited. I actually think you've gone 6 hours. 5.5 hours too early with that. I think December the 1st is fine.
Yeah.
Well, I think you've gone a bit soon. Although my stereo has been programmed, not by me, by my wife and my daughter, to Heart Christmas for the last week.
Oh, that's too early. Yeah, far too early. I don't start to think about Christmas until my birthday's out of the way because I'm sad like that. But we're filming this week. It will be out nearer to Christmas, but I'm very excited about it. So Christmas special coming very, very soon. We'll do a Q&A. So if you want to start sending some messages into the mailbag, please do. Me and John will be doing that one soon, actually, probably early tomorrow. The probably won't be a preview for Brighton, but we will do a post-match on Wednesday, and then we'll build up to Arsenal and do the post-match stuff for next weekend as well, and some other little bits and pieces that are going on. We are doing a Hockley live event on Monday, the 15th of December as well, and there will be some tickets available this week. They'll be free. You can come and have a chat with us and a beer, and we'll do a kind of mid-season review Q&A kind of vibe because Hockley's shutting down. So we wanted to get a last show in there before they close their doors. Right, Matt, thank you very much for joining me on this episode of the Claret and Blue podcast. Thank you for watching along or listening at home. And I'll sound us out with the F Pro advert where you can get 20% off in the link down below. Bye-bye.